Good morning to you. It's 4:30 and you're watching TMJ4 News Today. I'm Adriana Mendez. Let's get over with our Brian Isnansky, who's out in your storm chaser. He has a look at your full forecast this morning. And Brian, a dense fog advisory is in effect, so drivers are just going to have to use extra caution this morning. Thanks, Brian. Well, on to worry in Waukesha over teacher turnover. Many educators will not be back in the classroom this fall. The reason? Resignations. The dilemma is a big topic at last night's board meeting. Our Tony Atkins talked to parents, teachers, and school leaders about what's behind it. All right, thank you, Tony. Well, the House of Representatives passed a wide-ranging package of gun control legislation in the wake of recent mass shootings. The Protecting Our Kids Act was passed largely along party lines. One bill would raise the age to buy certain semi-automatic rifles from 18 to 21. The measure likely won't pass the Senate due to widespread Republican opposition. Well, tonight in Washington, the focus will be on the January 6th Capitol riot. A year and a half later, the House committee investigating the attack will hold a primetime hearing, presenting new videos and new evidence. Garrett Hake reports from Capitol Hill.
The January 6th committee now prepared to present their case in prime time, kicking off a series of hearings tomorrow night, which they believe will connect the violence at the Capitol to a Trump White House conspiracy to overturn the 2020 election results. What are you hoping to accomplish with this first hearing?
Those of us who are here are hoping that it communicates the absolute gravity and immensity of these events, as well as how bloody dangerous it was for everybody who was present.
One of those present was Capitol Police Officer Carolyn Edwards, who suffered a brain injury battling rioters. On Thursday, she'll testify about a day she can't forget.
What is it for you that sticks in your head?
The screaming. When somebody shows me footage of the 6th, I have to have them turn off the sound, because that sound, that screaming, that just constant, I can't hear it. It takes me back to a very bad place.
The hearing's second witness, a documentarian embedded with the far-right Proud Boys group, who will share violent video of the attack never before seen publicly. Most Republicans dismissing the committee's work as political theater.
This is completely choreographed presentation, completely partisan. The good news is the American people have figured all that out.
The committee also plans to show video of some of the more than 1,000 recorded interviews they've conducted, including with Trump family members Ivanka Trump and Jared Kushner.
And you can catch the NBC News special coverage of tonight's hearing starting at 7 o'clock right here on TMJ4 News. Well, Governor Tony Evers has ordered a special session of the legislature to scrap the state's 173-year-old ban on abortion. The session will come later this month and ahead of an expected ruling from the U.S. Supreme Court to strike down Roe versus Wade. If that happens, the state law from 1849 would make it illegal for doctors to provide abortions, except in cases where it's necessary to save a mother's life.
It will require me to deny patients an important, safe healthcare procedure that I am trained to provide. My patients deserve better, and Wisconsin deserves better.
There's a wide swath of the population here in Wisconsin that would be in favor of restricting abortion once there's a heartbeat.
Now, state Republicans have already said they will take no action, as they have done for every other special session ordered by Governor Evers. A national Marquette Law School poll last month found 2/3 of adults polled said abortion should be legal in most cases. Well, new technology to boost school safety in Milwaukee. Police teaming up with a company called Atlas One. Through a new app, students and teachers can get alerts about incidents, and it allows anyone to send confidential information to police. The Atlas One app is free to download for Apple or Android devices.
If you see something, say something. Students can anonymously come forward and report suspicious activity and even speak with a Milwaukee police officer.
This does not replace 911 or a non-emergency line. This just gives another voluntary communication platform for students and also parents.
Moving on over to more Wisconsin communities moving to ban conversion therapy. It's a controversial therapy method aimed at the LGBTQ community. La Crosse is the latest city in Wisconsin to consider outlawing it. Sarah McGrew reports on why activists would like to see a statewide ban.
Jessica Katzenmeyer works to make her West Allis community safer and more accepting for the LGBTQ community.
We are who we are. We're just people living what we know is what makes us happy. And as long as we're not hurting anybody, why does that matter?
That's why last year she worked with the city council to pass a ban on conversion therapy.
We want to make people in the LGBTQ community feel welcome in our city. And having a ban on the books shows others like, hey, I feel welcome in this city. I want to live here.
According to UCLA's Williams Institute, conversion therapy is an effort to change someone's sexual orientation or gender identity. And it's estimated that nearly 700,000 LGBT adults in the U.S. have received conversion therapy at some point. But the practice is widely rejected by the medical community.
Every major medical and mental health organization in the United States has issued statements around why we shouldn't do conversion therapy.
Sam Schomer is a counselor in Ozaukee County. They say there are several harmful outcomes of conversion therapy.
We are seeing a huge increase of suicidal ideation or completed suicides. We are seeing huge increases of major depressive disorder, anxiety. We're seeing things like substance abuse, homelessness.
Right now, 13 cities in Wisconsin have bans against conversion therapy, including Milwaukee, West Allis, Kenosha, and Racine. La Crosse is currently considering a ban. But the hope is to eventually see a statewide and even federal ban on the practice.
The more communities that we have that has a ban passed, we feel like that sends a message to our state legislature that people want to have this happen.
Reporting in Milwaukee, Sarah McGrew, TMJ4 News.
And June is Pride Month, and TMJ4 News is committed to highlighting contributions from our LGBTQ+ communities, including a new book about Milwaukee's history of drag dating back to the 1800s. You can check that out on tmj4.com/pride. Well, coming up on TMJ4, it looks like we have a nice day ahead. All right, thanks, Brian. Now on to our Two Americas series, where we look at different sides of our country, the America you may know and the one you may not. Tonight, we focus on a different way to get children interested in learning and to help build their self-esteem. A Milwaukee recording artist is doing just that by offering a free one-day music camp this summer. Julia Fellow introduces us to a young boy whose life has already changed.
I just come into the zone, it's like I'm in a whole nother world. They say only perfection's beautiful. I'm the only person there that can just, like sing my heart out. I am beautiful, you are beautiful.
Right at 11-year-old Damon McCoy's side is his mentor, Chris Crane.
I am beautiful, you are beautiful.
They met at Crane's music camp last year, and as you can tell, Damon learned a lot.
How you practice is how you perform.
And he helped you get there.
Crane hopes Damon is one of at least 50 children who will come to this year's music camp he is hosting. The Milwaukee recording artist has made 10 albums and is performing all around the country this summer, but still making time to give back.
Music changed my life. Music is a thing that gave me confidence. It helped me face the day. To give that very thing to kids, who knows what it does to them and how it affects them going forward.
A study from the National Association for Music Education shows students do better in school when music programs are available. In fact, the graduation rate goes up nearly 20% compared to schools that do not.
They say only perfection's beautiful.
The day-long program is happening earlier next month, and none of the students will have to pay a dime.
And I don't think kids should have to pay for opportunities that will expose them to something that could possibly change their lives.
This includes learning to perform, write music, and play instruments. Damon cannot wait for you to join him for the camp's second year.
Overall, just to meet new people, meet people who have the same, passion for music like me.
Julia Fellow, TMJ4 News.
And he is such an incredible singer. All right, well, thanks for waking up with us this morning. As we head to break, let's take a live look outside. A dense fog advisory is in effect for your morning commute. Brian Isnansky has more coming up next in your Storm Team forecast. Back, it is now time for your Wisconsin weekend in a minute, and it is a good one. All right, here we go. On Saturday, the rapper said he could put you in a mansion somewhere in Wisconsin. Is now here in the Badger State for Wisconsin Fest. Yes, it's Wisconsin, not Wisconsin. T-Pain will be taking over the Rave and Eagles Ballroom along with a long list of artists including Lil Jon, Young Blue, and Milwaukee's own DJ Mando. It's an indoor and outdoor event with 18 acts across 3 different stages. This weekend there are a lot of festivals celebrating heritage and culture, including Tosa Greek Fest in Wauwatosa and the Polish Special on the Summerfest grounds. The festival will have live entertainment on multiple stages along with traditional Polish cuisine. It all starts on Friday and runs through the weekend. On Saturday, Veterans Park will be illuminated with floating lights for the Water Lantern Festival. It's a family-friendly event. Tickets are $25 until tomorrow, but if you buy day of, they jump to $55, so you want to get them ahead of time. All right, finally, more than 80 cars will be drifting this weekend for a Bruce City Banger V2 event at the Milwaukee Mile on the Wisconsin State Fairgrounds. I just set a record. That is 5 events in 1 minute.
Very good.
Take
Very
that,
good.
Tom.
That's because you didn't want to hear the honk from the buzzer from Tom.
Right.
Good
Take
job,
that,
Adriana.
You made it. Yeah, that was a lot. You put a lot of
He
content
was
in there.
ready to give you a buzzer sound. He was.
When the producer was like 15, it had this sound of like she's not going to make it.